I could do plants. People want to see plants. I don't plan to do. I don't plan to do plants for very long. Like I think I'm gonna split into several chapters because I need to talk a lot. And okay, let's do plants. Just give me a second. Here, that's not a BRB. That's me. I think it's a little dark here. Alright, let me change the title. Put some music. Video game music. Alright. Is there a fly here? Okay, you're going out. So no, the other, wait. Oh. Teeth. Plant showcase number 2. Plant emote. Yeah. There you go, plant emote and cactus emote. I need to save this emote somewhere. Oh, that one's good too. Oh, that was so good. It's like a succulent. I think I like this one better. Oh, but it doesn't get recognized on the title. Oh. Well. I guess I could have like a planned emote from my channel. Like custom plan. Alright, so I'm ready for this thing to don't recognize the source. See how it goes. Okay, it's taking the Explorer. And what if I open this? Can you see the other? Nope. Try it again. Nope. Okay, we're gonna capture just like the other day then. It's fine. So if I do this, you should be able to see it. Yeah, okay. I think that's how it works. So, we saw this the other day. I'm only showing Ionium again because I took some extra pictures. So, take a look at that. Yeah, so Arborium. Okay, so I showed this Arborium the other day. And here is an extra Arborium. So this one is outside of my house, but this one, it's on my house. So it's an Arborium that with being growing a little bit. And it's like very tight together on the upper part. Looks pretty cool. Again, like an artichoke. That's usually how Ioniums look like. And then this other one is the one I talked about the other day. Not this one, this is reference. This one. So this is also Arborium, but it's a subspecies called Atropurpureum because it's purple, I guess. So again, same species, but it has this purple color on it. And this one's massive actually. Like it probably goes up to here maybe? Like up to my boob or so. Or maybe more than that actually. Maybe to his shoulder. It's pretty big. They can grow a lot if you give them a lot of water. Ioniums actually can take a lot of water, unlike other succulents. They are right with that. Yeah, and that's another one. So yeah, when this blooms, I'm definitely taking pictures of this. A lot of them, because I think Ioniums only bloom once per life, and then they die. So I also need to make some kits. Okay, so that's for Ionium. Let's see. I didn't take any new agaves. Did I take any new agaves? No, I took some aloes, I think. Yeah, there's like 2 aloes that are important. So yesterday I showed this. My Aristata. And I said that it has grown a lot. This is the first Aristata. I mean, it's the same one. Kind of like this. And then here's like this. And then here, it just doesn't fit in my hand. You know, it's like this, and it has other kits around, and it's blooming too. So this one is like from today. This picture is from today. That's a close-up. So I'm probably like separating smaller plants into different pots. Just a couple. But I'm waiting. Like I don't like to change plants when they're blooming, because they're like more delicate in that process. And there you can see the clumps. Yeah, we saw the others. Oh yeah, this more. So I talk about my brevifolia, not this one. This is Barbaria. There's no way you can have this anywhere outside of Africa, I think. Because it's the tree aloe. But this one's mine. So this is my brevifolia that I talked the other day. So I'm actually very surprised by this one, because you usually always see brevifolias in the ground, kind of like maculatas. They kind of grow like this in the ground and in clumps, you know? Is that a little bit too much? Hang on. A little bit less. There you go. So they usually grow like that among the ground, very close to the ground. They don't really like, I mean, they don't usually grow like this, like tall. But I guess if you water them enough, they will do it. Plants tend to do this if you water them a lot. And it's blooming too. This one's pretty cool. And some close-up of the flowers. They're still not open. They need to grow a little bit more. Yeah, like you see, this is the normal structure that you usually see from berryfolias. This is the same species. Look at that. Same exact species. just treat it differently. And I think that's it with aloes. I think I got like one more body sense maybe somewhere. I think that's it. Okay. Alright, let's go for a new genus. Astrocylindropuntia. So this is a cactus. So we're finally seeing the first genus of cactaceae. And this one is fairly common. Like, you can see a lot of people just putting this as like in a fence, for instance, or something like that on the street. And that's because these things are nasty. These are so fucking nasty. So this is reference, this is not mine. This is mine. But I don't think this one grew up very much. I don't actually remember. Maybe it grew up, or maybe I sold it. Because I sold some of them, or just gifted. Also give a lot. This is the same one. Yeah, I think I gifted to someone. And then this is another one, okay? This is not the same one. This is a big one. So this Austro right here. So also like the genus is Astrocylindropuntia. It's three things in one. It's very strange. Austro I think means from the Zona Austral, which is like to the south of Chile. Cilindro is because of the structure, and Opuntia is the general genus of cactus. That's like a big genus on cactuses, which are similar structures to this. And Subulata is the species. So I have this one. This one has a lot of years, like a lot of fucking years, like maybe 20 or so. I had this one from when I live in my previous house, and then I have it for a lot on my apartment, and now I have it on my new house. So it's very old. There's more of it. More. Some close-up. So you see, there's the spikes, and then there's these green thingies, and those are different. Like the green thingies are not spikes. Those are like actually very soft. I don't really know what's the purpose of those. But yeah, why are these so nasty? Because they have spikes like about this. They grow as much as this sometimes. And like if you get attacked by a spike, the spike goes off of the cactus, so it stays on, let's say, on your finger. It goes off of the cactus very easily, so it's on your finger. And remember, it's like this size. And then if you try to take it out, you can't, because it's a fucking harpoon. So it's really nasty. You never want to get harmed by one of these. And that's a little child right there. So you see, this one, something that happens when plants get too old, and this happens to trees as well. For example, if you see a tree that is cut, a lot of people from time to time, when a tree is too old, like on the street, they cut them, right? But then you still see things growing in the base of the tree. That's because the tree is technically not dead. The roots are still alive, and they try to do this to like, it's like reincarnation technically. And so you see the base of this thing is very old, like it's kind of more dried and all that, but it's having some new life in this form, and it's the same plant basically. And this is a big like time jump right here. This is a massive time jump. So years ago I had this plant, It's this one right here. What's this one? I see. But then it was getting a little bit out of control, and my dad was a little bit mad about the subulata because it's so nasty. And so we kind of get in a little bit of a conflict about it, and I ended up cutting it a lot. So I only did it because of this small thingy. You see? This small fella right here? I cut it almost to the base. Just like when people cut all trees on the street. And then it started grew like smaller things. And this is the result. Like, you see, one of these ones, like the second big one that is cut, is this one. That's how much time it happened. Like this, there's several years between these two photos. Like this today. That thing is like this thing. This one. That also got caught eventually, a little bit. So it's a big time jump. Yeah, and then so this thing has the biggest name ever. Again, Austrocylindropuntia subulata. Okay? So now we're gonna see a variation, a subspecies of this. Or I think it's actually the same species, but it's like it has some like important genetic differences. So it's the same name, but at the end you put Monstrosa. Because it's a monster, and Monstrosa is like a specific kind of variation. So for example, the other day we talked about Marginata on agaves. That is usually called Marginata any tree that the leaves have like a yellow line, because it's something very common for some reason. Then the Monstrosa variation is when you get this really weird pattern where things get like especially like chunky and smaller, and they grew explosively. So again, same species, but they grow like this, like very compact and in a monstrous way, like explosive growth. This one's reference, and these ones are mine. Just small ones that I tried to grow. Here's some more. And this one's mine actually. This one's not reference. This one is one that someone gave it to my mom. And it was beautiful. Really, really cool one. Like here, it looks amazing. I don't have it anymore. It ended up rotting. But it lasted a lot. It lasted like 2 years, I think. This thing, it probably was like until this part of my body on height, I would say. But yeah, I really like it. But I try to grow more, you know, because it's relatively easy to reproduce because it's so easy to just take apart. But it's not that, you know, like it can be delicate. It can be somewhat delicate. So this is some attempts of me trying to reproduce it. But the thing is, at the moment, this is back then, some years ago, I didn't have that much experience with dirt, with like special kinds of dirt for succulents. I was just using like normal dirt. And that's okay for a lot of succulents, but for others it's easier if you actually use like a mix with sand and some rocks. It's much better. You see, these are all my attempts to save it. Because he also got a plague. Like an insect plague. This one is the one, this one was the most promising one, but this one I sold it. Because at the time I had too much. And the big one wasn't that at this time. So I was okay selling some of them. But I kind of regret it now. And here's some of the pictures of the ones I sold. So, funny thing, at some point I actually have like a micro company. I mean, not a company. You call like entrepreneur, an emprendimiento. It was a failed attempt, very failed attempt, but the idea was to sell succulents. And so I did some pictures like this of the stuff I was selling. And I did like that little image. Pixel art stuff. So I have some pixel art succulents. So all of these were sold, and I really want some of them back. Because these were so healthy. But yeah, there you can see the entire name. And this was more attempts of reproducing more. All of these failed eventually. No, actually no. These ones are the ones I transferred to these spots, I think. So never mind. Yeah, but these two here that I tried to reproduce for me ended up dying. Because of plague and eventually rotting. Is that the last one? Yeah, it's the last one. Okay, so I don't have any of these, of course. But we still have to show it. Because it's a very important cactus. This is the saguaro. It's a Mexican cactus. No, wait, is this the saguaro or not? No, I think this is not the saguaro. Or is it? I don't remember if saguaro is. No, I think saguaro is another species. Hang on. Is that the Browningia? No. Saguaro is this one. It's also Mexican. Which this is like the ultra massive cactus that you always see on every Western. Like every Western anything. That's a saguaro. This is not a saguaro, but it's also Mexican. It's called Browningia. Browningia candelaris. Well, you don't have giant one of those in a pot next to your house? Of course. I mean, I wouldn't have it in a pot. I would just have it like out there as a tree. Yeah, this one's pretty cool. I don't actually have any other Browningia on the folder. It seems to be a very specific species. Or genus, rather. Now, what about Capibrodus? You probably know this one. This one's fairly common to see on beaches. This one's reference. Wait, press it. There you go. I had this one a little bit. I think I actually got it from a beach and tried to grow it, but it ended up drying. After like kind of a like a bad transfer. I was very bad at transferring back then. I'm still not that great, but I'm better. I'm definitely better now. It still grew up a lot. And so this was Carpo Brotus. And it's called Chilensis, so it's the Chilean variation, I guess. And then on the same folder, I have also Delosperma, which is a different genus. But the thing is, they're so overlapping between these genus because, if we're being honest, genuses doesn't really mean anything on taxonomy. Like, taxonomy is just people trying to make sense of botanic properties, but it doesn't quite always relate to genetics. And because of that, there's like different schools with different names for the same plant. Okay? So for example, some people call this Delosperma too. And so other people call him Carboprotus. It's weird. So I just have them on the same folder. Like, they have some things in common. But yeah, this is Echinatum species. I tried to grow them, but I failed. And this is more of it. It's a cool looking plant. This is super small, by the way, like this. Like, very close up. And then this one, another Delosperma. Lemani, it's called. I actually have one of these, but I never took a picture of it. Because it was long ago. And I've seen them on, like, on a lot of places. Like, not on nature, but I've seen them on, like, from time to time when I see someone selling succulents, I see one of these, and it's cool. This is another species, this is reference. Another one, more reference. And this one was mine. These are also called Rayito de Sol, which is like sun ray, but like small ray, like tiny ray of sun. I don't know how to say that in English. Because of the flowers, I think. So we had this one outside of my house for a little bit. It ended up drying, but it lasted a lot. It lasted like 2 years, which I think might be the effective life of it. So I think it died like just its normal cycle, because I think it's perennial. I mean, we couldn't reproduce it, so. But it's a very cool plant when it blooms. And you'll see that. Here I make some space from it outside of the house. Has this structure. And wait for it. Okay, that's a little bit messy. Just kind of blends with the rest of the grass. And here's like 2 flowers. Okay, so no big deal yet. There's one there and one there. And then there's more flowers. And yeah, these were red, pinkish red. Like, I think this camera was too bright. But on the other camera, you're gonna see more pink, probably. Yeah, and then some more. Close up of the flowers. But look at this. Just going ham. And that's the thing. It's some people also call it like alfombra, like a rug. Like a pink rock, for instance. And if you can have them like all over the place, looks amazing. I think this is the best part about these plants. Like they're a little bit boring normally, but when they bloom, it's crazy. Look at that. And that is after the flowers dried a little bit. That's the aftermath. And yeah, this one is also, I have it identified as Lapranthus. This is the only one I could find with like the red color. I couldn't find a Carpobrotus with red. This is weird. Just call Lapranthus red, even though it's a little bit pink. So you see on this, with this light, kind of looks pink, but here it kind of looks red. Okay, Terraria. Okay, this one is just for reference. This is also a very strange plant called Terraria. Like, it can be really, really weird. Namakensis. Terraria Namakensis, this one. And then this one, Pygmea. Unauthorized use prohibited. Jesus. Being illegal. Yeah, but this, I've never seen any of these in real life. These are probably super rare and probably like only on like Africa, I would say. That's my guess. Okay, I think we can finish with Serios. Because this is a long one. This is a big genus of Cactaceae. Very big genus. So this one's reference. And this one is one that I had. So I tried to grow this one up. But it kinda got stuck. And it never really grew up more than this. I actually found this like outside of my house. Like someone just got rid of it. It later had like that little thing right there. And I was looking for it. But then some of the plague. What's on the tip? It's a smaller. Oh, it is cut. Yeah, it is cut. Yeah. Yeah, someone cut it. And this is... I don't know how it's called in English. We call it the Cayo. Which is like the... when plants repair a wound. Like this. They get this like dry part. And then here, this is like a little... What do you call this? Like... Not, I don't remember the word. Like a shoot, maybe? That's a better picture. Yeah, it was growing good, but then the plague came. Like, there was a year where I have like a big plague of cochinilla, which is an insect. Or it's a bug. I don't know if it is an insect. Maybe a mollusk or something, but it's a bug. And it just took over a lot of plants. And a lot of plants ended up just either drying or rotting. Because they get like, it's hard for them to manage water, so they either get too little or too much with this thing, because they get less light too, and the cochinillas eat their energy basically. Sucks. So a lot of these plants got caught by the plague. Oh, so this is Saguaro. Saguaro. Serius giganteus. This thing's massive. Like, I really want to see one of these in real life. Look at this. This is a person. This with a horse. Holy shit. But yeah, these are Mexican. I've never seen one of these in Chile. And I think it's better that way. That we don't just put this, insert this into the, you know, the environment. I mean, and also we have our own big cactuses. There's like the Echinopsis chilensis, for instance. It's a very big cactus that you can see on mountains here. Like, even like close, not even in the desert, like close here in metropolitan region, you can see them. So this is Cerus peruvianus monstruoso. Okay, so actually maybe I should show the non-monstrous version first. Wait, where are the other one, like so far away? Oh, it's because I don't have it. Okay, never mind. No, this is the only one I have. I don't have a non-monstrous version. Okay. But the non-monstrous version, imagine this thing, but instead it's just one cylinder. Okay, one cylinder, and maybe has some other cylinders, but not as much as this. And they don't grow as clumpy as this, you know? So this is the Monstruoso. Like, I don't know if it counts as a subspecies or just a mutation. And this actually has some cristata. It's not just Monstruoso. You see, you can see a little bit of the cochinilla here, which is this white thing. That's the plague. Yeah, it has cristata. Cristata is another mutation, which is when plants start growing away from the normal axis of growing. So you see, if you got a plant that normally grows like this, okay? So this is the way the plant wants to go, okay? Just think about that. It's growing that way, okay? Instead, what they're doing is they start to duplicate themselves in like the perpendicular direction. One of the perpendicular directions. So when they're grown like this, they start splitting, kinda. But they don't split. Actually, everything between my hands is also covered with the plant. Okay? So it's like layers of copies of the plant. And then, because it is too hard to maintain this structure, kind of a fan structure, it start going to the side and start, like, I don't know, turning around a little bit. Is this pattern. This is a cristata. And every plant can be cristata. But succulents are more common because of how plastic they are. This is the cristata pattern. So you see, it grows like this, and then because it can't maintain this and it doesn't have more stability, start folding. And then you get structures like this, for instance, super folded. Or like this even, where it looks like a brain. So it's a mutation. And it's rare, it's super rare. Like if you have a cristata plant, you gotta take care of it because it's super rare. Like look at this. And again, it can happen on every plant technically. Like here's some flowers with cristata. I see a more clear one, maybe. Yeah, but that works. Yeah, I really like this one because, again, it was monstrous and cristata, but that also means they're more delicate because they're mutant plants. It's just mutations that happen naturally, by the way. I think you can induce them, provoke them, but I don't like to do that, honestly. So if it happens, it happens. But they're more delicate too, and harder to take care of. So this was my attempt. Like, this one died eventually. It was too much with the plague. So I took some bits and I tried to save them. But it didn't quite work. Really. This was the last one I had. And here's another one that was cristata. This is a different Sirius. I actually don't know which one it is, but I'm almost sure it's a Sirius. And it ended up rotting. It was very, very hard to save this thing. I did my best, but I couldn't. My best at the time. And now I can tell it wasn't that much that I did. Because, I mean, I did some good stuff, but the thing is, look at this dirt. I can look at this dirt today and say, this is no place for a cactus. You should never have a mix like this. Like, there's no sand here. It's just normal dirt. This is for like a normal plant, not for a succulent. Which is, again, fine for a lot of succulents. But for more delicate ones, you should avoid it. So yeah, I missed this one for sure. And then this one, I think it was a cut bit of this that I also tried to save. But again, this dirt is just looks wrong. And then this is Ilosirius. So Ilosirius is like a subgenus. It's technically another genus, but it has a similar name because it's a Sirius, but it grows in a different way. This is reference, and this is mine. It's an Ilosirius undatus. I have this for a while too. This one's also very old. I had it from my apartment, so it could be like 7 years. 8 years maybe. Super old. Maybe even 10. And it's not that big because it had a lot of transplants. So it stopped growing at some spot. It got caught too. It's a little bit after. So this is years ago, by the way. Like, the same house I'm today, but it's probably like 4 years ago. 3 years ago, maybe. And yeah, this thing actually, I heard that they grow on top of trees. And they just, like, they kind of look for a spot that has a little bit of dirt in the tree. That apparently happens on some places. And then starts growing down, you know, like hair. So that's why it wants to get out of the pot so bad. Because it just wants to grow down or up, but up like sticking to something else, okay? Like sticking to a tree or to a wall. I gave a lot of water, but it's just how naturally works. Like, it's not too much water. Too much water for a succulent, it dies. It just rots. But I just gave it like like a little bit of excess of water, but still healthy, you know? Because I like it, that it grows. So this might be like, okay, so this is like 3 years ago, and I think this might be like 2 years ago. Or year and a half, maybe. This is a different pod, actually. I changed the pod, and here's where I started using stones, too. Like little rocks of quartz and things like that. Just because they have like good minerals for the plant, but that's not really the important part. The really important part is to keep a good like biome inside of the pod, which is very cool for succulents. So then you can water them less often, and then maintain the water better. So they don't dry as much, and they also don't over. As long as you don't dry them every day, like you just dry them once a week or even once a month sometimes on winter. So then I put it up here. It's probably like a year and a half. And it's starting going to the wall. And to this, that's a bathroom right there. Yeah, I went down a little bit. I have a lot of pictures of this, by the way. You're gonna see why. Okay, so it started going to the wall. And it started sticking to the wall. So that's what it does. These are roots. So it just puts roots out of nowhere. Grows roots out of nowhere. And the roots are stick. They're not sticky, but they're sticked to the wall. I don't know how. I don't know how it works. But it's super stick. It's like looking for more dirt. And it kept going. It's a close-up right there. And that's what it's doing, okay? So I think it does, like, they naturally do this. They look for more places to install and then grow from there, you know? But it wasn't finding anything this way, at least. And then one of the branches went up. This is probably a year ago or so. And one of them is starting to go really up. Like, super up. Like, to the roof. And to my room. My ex room. Now I'm in a different room. That's the window of my previous room. He just wanted to say hello. You know, my succulents like me so much that he just wanted to go up. And it's so funny. Look at this. It's like he had legs. Look at that. These are the roots. So crazy. Just wanted to play a D2. Yeah. Holy shit. Oh, this one's repeated. Yeah, and actually one of the branches, a smaller branch, got inside of the roof. We actually don't know where it is, or if it's still growing inside of the house somewhere, because it kind of goes nowhere. We have no idea. And so this is some months later. It got higher. It got so high. I actually had to do some like guidance for it with some screws. Here's from my room how it looks. My previous room again. And you see all those roots that are looking for something. And all these roots right here stick to the wall. And yeah, I have no idea how it carries all this water. Like, I feel like it's defying some kind of physics law. Because I know there's a lot of about transportation, water transportation on plants. That is, I think, is the reason why smaller plants don't grow like trees. Because trees have a different kind of transportation of water. But this thing doesn't care about that. And that's so. One day you just say hello from the window. Basically. Yeah, just like that. So that's my previous setup. It looks pretty much the same as here, but in a different room. And okay, so one day I was like just looking for some stuff somewhere, and I saw like a cable behind the curtain. And I was like, what is this cable? What is this thing? Why do I have a cable here? What the fuck? But then I realized it's not a cable. It's a root. And it went all the way down from like the window into like my room. Like there was a little hole here on the window. And just kept going. Thinking, you know, like the window was some sort of dirt or ground. It's like a hand, yeah. I mean, this is my hand. But yeah, it's just there. I really wanted to get inside. There you can see like all the path it went. This is a route. It entered like around here. And then you just kept going, looking for something. I think it's still there. Like my sister is now on that room. I don't think she got it, which I'm very happy about. Okay, hang on. The video. I don't think I say anything on this video though. They show the thing. So he enters from there. So there is outside. You can see it from the outside. So some of the roots entered, made their way through the window, through the wood, and went all the way down here. It's my hand. Mental. That's a fail video, I guess. And this might be today. Yeah, this is like, I think a couple days ago. So it's still growing. Kinda. Still going up there. But that's no longer my room. So maybe it's gonna keep growing until it reaches my new room or something. Who knows? But yeah, this is one of my favorite ones just because of how like insane it went. Like it's such a crazy plant. I really want to see it blooming. I don't know if it'll ever happen because it's kind of hard to make this bloom. I think they need to get a lot of sun directly for a lot of time, and it's like below the roof, so it's kind of hard. Maybe if it goes too high, it will find the correct amount of sun. Because the flowers are beautiful. They're really, really beautiful. But yeah, that is for the cereals, and we're gonna leave it here. You see, there's still a lot left. Not even half. Still a lot of stuff. That's good for now, because I run out of water and out of voice. This is gonna be part 2. Well, there's gonna be more. Next stream, probably more Los Vikings. And let's see. Come on. I'm also considering maybe do a casual playthrough on some sort, but I'm not sure. I need to think about it. Frank's still playing. Holy shit. Yeah, only he's still playing. Okay, can I send you to Frank? Like so many hours of GTA. So we're gonna raid Frank. The raid message is Churrasco. Okay. Alright, bye bye everyone. Have a good one. Thank you for watching.